Alright, so we're going to be doing an art lesson today, okay? And I just wanted to ask you guys some questions really quick. So, has anybody ever been to the snow? Yes? You have been to the snow? Fine. Okay. Was it cold, and did you think that it was pretty, the snow? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay, and when you think of a snowscape, what do you snowscape mean? It's kind of like a landscape. A landscape is something that's very vast and long, kind of horizontal. A snowscape would include snow in that landscape, right? So when we're going to start out with our project, you guys have your blue papers right in front of you. If we're going to make a snowscape, do you think it's going to be like this or like this?
That way. That way.
This way? This is horizontal. So is it going to be vertical or horizontal?
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to start out making a tree trunk on our snowscape. That's going to be the first thing we're going to do. So turn your papers horizontal. Okay. And go ahead and grab a brown marker. We're going to use brown markers. And we're going to do something fun with our snowscapes. Each one is going to be a little bit different depending upon how you answer the questions, okay? So, think about snow. Do you like cold weather or do you like warm weather? Try and think about which one you like better, okay? If you like cold weather better, raise your hand. Raise your hand, okay? So if you like cold weather, you're gonna put your tree trunk on the left side of your paper, okay? So you're gonna put your tree trunk on the left side, so on this side, okay? So go ahead and start drawing your tree trunk on the left side if you like cold weather. If you like warm weather, who likes warm weather? You like warm weather? Okay, you're gonna put your tree trunk on the right side of the paper, okay? So I like warm weather. So I'm gonna put my tree trunk on the right side of the paper. Now I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm gonna kind of put it up, but you don't wanna put it up all the way to the top of the paper because you wanna leave room for branches, which we'll be doing later. So then I'm gonna draw the other part here. See how it's a little bit thicker on the bottom than on the top? That's kind of how you want your tree trunk to look. That's how they look in nature. So we want it to look a little bit natural. That's very, very good, Claire. It's thicker on the bottom and thinner on the top. Good job. Okay, so let's fill it in. So color it in. So the next piece we're gonna add is pick up your black marker. Be sure to put a cap on your brown markers. Okay, and put it aside for the moment. And grab your black marker, and we're all gonna do this, okay? We're gonna put some bark on our tree, and we're gonna give it definition. So make it look a little bit more 3D, like it's a real tree, and some texture to maybe make it look like it's crumbly, or it might feel bumpy. So draw a few squiggles on your tree. And just use your creativity to make it look like bark. Think of when you see trees outside. They don't just look like one color. They have different ridges in them. You can draw lines or dots. Anything to make your tree look a little bit more lifelike. Now we're going to put branches on our tree, but we're going to put a certain amount of branches based off of how old we are. So think of your age and think of how old you are, okay? And if your age is an odd number, then you are going to put 5 branches on your tree. What's an odd number, friends?
1, 3, 5.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
11.
Good, wonderful. Okay, so if your age is an odd number, you're going to put 5 branches on your tree. How many branches? If you're an odd number.
5.
5. Is 5 an odd number?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good way to remember, okay? So if your age is an even number, what would an even number be?
2, 4,
2,
6,
4,
10,
6,
12.
8, 10, yes. Okay. You're gonna put 6 branches on your tree. What kind of a number is 6? Is it an odd or an even number? Even. So that's a good way to remember, okay? So my age is an even number, so I'm gonna put how many branches? 6. 6. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna put 6 branches on my tree. So I want them to go in different directions. They don't all go in the same direction when we're drawing a tree. So I'm gonna have some of them go down. Okay, now we're gonna add some paint to our picture, but the amount of paint is gonna depend on whether we like to play in the snow or whether we would rather stay inside and watch a movie, okay? So if you would rather go outside and play in the snow, raise your hand. Okay, so you are gonna put a lot of snow on the base of your picture, okay? So you want a really thick layer of snow because you love playing in snow. Now, if you like to stay inside and watch movies, who likes to stay inside and watch movies? I like to stay inside and watch movies too. You're gonna put a thinner layer on the bottom of your landscape, okay? So go ahead and just paint a thin layer or a thick layer on the bottom of. And snow collects in different ways, so you might not want to draw just a straight line across. You can do bumps and ridges and hills with your snow. Okay, I want you guys to add something else to your painting, something that you think would add to the painting and make it look like you, like it was your painting. Okay, so if you are a girl, you're gonna add something red to the picture. If you're a boy, you're gonna add something green to the picture. So Miss Lori's gonna come around with the color, okay? And you can add something red if you're a girl, or something green if you're a boy. So what are some ideas about things that we can add? I was thinking, let's see, we could do a bird. What are some other things that we could add? Let's brainstorm.
Sled.
Let's think about it. A sled. A red sled or a green sled. Now, what are some other things?
Snowballs. Birdhouse.
A birdhouse. That's a good one. And if you still have more white paint, you could do a snowman. And what are some things we could add to the snowman, maybe, with our special color? A scarf,
A carrot.
a scarf. And we're trying to think maybe realistic things that could be red or green that we see in the world. A hat could be red or green. Okay. We're gonna add some snow, and there's 2 different, ways that we can put snow onto our paper. So the first way is putting kind of bigger globs of snow, bigger snowflakes onto our paper. So you can take a Q-tip. That's right. I couldn't think of it for a minute. Okay, and don't decide yet. Okay, just watch me. And you can put these kinds of snowflakes onto your paper. Okay, and you can collect snowflakes kind of where they might fall naturally. Okay, so there might be a few snowflakes that might collect here or on top of my birdhouse. Okay, so this is one way we can add snowflakes. Okay, and another way, this is the other way, this might be a little bit messier and you might need Miss Lori's help for this one. She's a pro. All right, is you're going to wet a toothbrush. Okay, You want to make sure that it's pretty wet. Let me get that paper towel. And dry it off a little bit. And then you're going to dip it into your white paint. You want to get enough on there. I don't have enough yet. You'll get more, Miss Erin. Don't worry about it. Okay. And since you're wearing a smock, you can flick it onto your paper. Okay, so it's going to add really small white flakes onto your paper. So before you do anything else, I want you to pick up one of your markers. What is one thing that we forgot to do?
Our name.
Our name. Yes, an artist must always sign their work. And I had you do it at the end because usually artists sign their name. That's the last thing that they do. That's not what we do with our homework. With our homework and with our papers, we sign it first. But with art, we sign our work once we're finished with it. Okay, so at the bottom corner, okay, I want you to write your name.